We've purchased 3 boats from Bob and Thunderbolt. The last boat was a Back Cove 29, which we loved, but it wasn't quite big enough for us to spend a weekend on as far as my wife is concerned. So when we saw this 33 come on, they started building the 33, we got very interested in it, fell in love with it, and the rest is history.
He was participating in the Miami Boat Show, and so he made the suggestion that I come down and meet with him after the boat show was over. Obviously there's lots of boats in that area always, but even more during the boat show, and then you know, people are trying to move the boat, so it was a good suggestion. He had his boat down there, and he was kind enough to provide it for me to stay on it with him, and we went on a boat search. We saw 2 or 3 boats a day for 2 or 3 days, and was narrowing it down, and we kept narrowing it down, and then we got into the offer and negotiation stage for this Ocean Alexander.
We ended up here unexpectedly for a couple of days.
On the way back north. Yeah. The unexpected part was the day we were going to leave, what opened up very foggy. We listened to the weather. It said it was going to rain with heavy winds and thunder and lightning for the next 3 days. So we decided we would not fight that weather, we would just stay here. So we were here, we had a little time on our hands, we were sort of walking up and down and looking around, and we had seen this boat, the Grand Banks 42, and we admired it. And then all of a sudden we saw this little sign on it, and both Kathy and I said to each other, is that boat for sale? This is not a case of our having you know, looked for a year or a year and a half. It just, the stars were in alignment. And yeah, Bob was all the way. Bob was responsive. We never felt pushed by Bob. And he helped us learn what we needed to learn. And during some periods of internal debate about whether, you know, we should really take this step up or not, he was patient with us. So, you know, now we're about to set off on our first cruise on this boat. So, we're thrilled with this.
Bob's always been great about, you know, answering questions honestly as opposed to just trying to sell what he has in inventory. You know, he'll ask questions and want to know, you know, what are you going to use it for, and try to steer you in the right direction. But it's hard to steer someone who wants to buy a boat. But, you know, he is very, very helpful and very straight up.
It was a good experience. It's a good boat. Brought it up from Miami to Hilton Head. That was about a 3.5 day trip. It performed very well. Ran inside and outside, and so I'm very pleased.
Well, I was in business for myself, so I can appreciate customer service because we had to live and die with it in our business. Bob, the best way I know to put it, Bob is the type of guy when you call him, if you don't get him and you leave a message for him, you get a call back. Not a week later or 10 days later or 2 days later, but immediately. And he is very aggressive in problem solving. If you have a problem, he doesn't push it to the side, he deals with it. And I mean, it's been a great experience from that standpoint.
I think it's mostly the follow-up and the communication. You know, he's touched base with me. He helped me, certainly during the process, he helped me find the people to do the survey, and then he made some suggestions on some captains. I needed some hours due to the insurance regulations, and I needed some assistance, and you know, he made suggestions in that area. He made suggestions in several, as far as I was considering putting stabilizers on the boat for my wife. She's a little more susceptible to seasickness. And but after we did the sea trial, Bob pointed out that I may want to hold off on that because it was a very stable craft, and that he suggested I try it with her some prior to doing that, and which I am doing, and hopefully I won't have to have stabilizers. So then he's followed up with me several times. He actually made the suggestion on the marina I'm in, Windmill Harbor. He knew the people here, and thought it would be a good place for it, and it's just turned out very well. So there's just a list of things that he's participated in after the sale, and still stays in contact.
As we meet with people that are interested in the boating experience, we'd like to talk with them for a considerable amount of time and see how they're going to use the boat, and what's important to them, where they're going to go, and such, to enjoy the experience that they're about to undertake. And look for a vessel that'll really suit their needs in how they're going to use the boat. We try to build a relationship with our clients so that it's just not selling them a boat and letting them go. We keep in constant contact, how they're enjoying it, how they're using it, because we want to do a service after the sale that makes it so they look forward to their next contact and their next visit and their next experience with us. People are moving up in size, or they're moving down in size, or they want to go faster or slower, or now the grandchildren want to be along and such. So there's different interior accommodations and different speeds and different looks that they want to do the next time. So we know that it's a lifelong experience that we're trying to engender, and try to do that from the onset. We have a staff that has over 200 years of experience when you combine everyone here, that are brokers and support staff, and I think we all share the same vision that we have. We're all boaters. We have a passion for boats, and we also have a passion to serve clients well.
I've been dealing with Bob now knowing Bob for about probably a dozen years. And if you can buy a couple of 3 boats from a guy and still be friends with him, that pretty much says something.